Hello, guys. As you well know, unless you've been living under a rock, you've all heard about the Facebook story that they're going public and how. But I don't know if you've heard, and I just read this on Yahoo News that they are actually selling your information. So if you're a Facebook user, they'll be selling your information for $130. That's what you're worth to Facebook, and that along with the fact that there's over 3/4 of a million users on Facebook means that um, they'll be making money hands over fist. Now, according to the Yahoo News story, they don't actually need the money because I think Mark Zuckerberg it's worth between $10 and $50 billion already. I think maybe I had that number wrong, but he's worth a lot of money as it is already. He's a millionaire times over. You know, pretty much. You know, the whole bit toilets. Gold toilet seat and gold toilet. But anyways, I'm digressing. I just wanted to put my opinion on it and say that the second I don't even care if it's one pop up with an ad. I don't care if it's even one. I'm not gonna put up with it, and I'm going to delete my Facebook account the second that happens. Unlike other people, I'm not just gonna delete it just because they said they're gonna sell their information. People are selling information all the time. They're selling your information anywhere, almost anywhere you go online. I mean, why do you think when you check your mail, you get, you get like emails about, you know, uh, if you're fighting, diabetes or if you're interested in cars and, Jags or BMWs or almost anything, you get bombarded with emails anyways about it. Um, so it's not like it's new, People have been selling information for a while already, but the fact that um, they are doing this in itself, when Facebook, at least according to what I've read about Zuckerberg or whatever Soderbergh, was supposed to be social, social interaction, a way to bring people together in mass, and now it's just another corporate chill tool, a corporate tool to make billions and billions of dollars for the few 1%. So you know, the second, like I said, the second I get an ad or a pop up from Facebook, I'm canceling. And I've got a lot of friends on Facebook, and my fiance's on Facebook, and people that I help with at the zombie walk, Tucson zombie walk. They're on Facebook, and I understand, but I'm not gonna put up with you know. As it is, we're putting up with too much in this country, and for this company to just want to exploit a lot of people just because. I mean, it's ridiculous, and I understand that you have a choice. Not like it's Facebook is being ran. Well, in a way, it is being down around your throat because almost everyone, saying, well, if you like us on Facebook, or like us, or it's everywhere. I understand, that it's in a way being rammed down your throat, but and I understand also the other choice of not, um, of not joining Facebook. And I know there's Google Plus, which also it's no better than Facebook in many ways. Um, and I know that not everyone is living their life on Facebook or Google Plus. But for the few of us who want to share something and don't want this shit run down our throats, all these fucking ads, that concerns me because when with the ad, um, with the with the horrible period that we have between the late '90s and the early 2Ks, with being bombarded by spam and and pop-ups everywhere. We don't want to return to that. I certainly don't want to return to that. Do you? I mean, I don't want to be fucking clicking every 5 seconds because somebody, honest, and I don't think this is the end of it. I mean, even if people, and it's kind of doubtful because, unfortunately, it's kind of like the cell phone. Now what do you see a fucking payphone? You barely ever see a payphone because everybody's got fucking cell phones because they got to be connected and they have to be able to quickly access other people and other people be able to quickly access them. And this is the whole, this is the whole dilemma with Facebook, is that that it is another way for people to quickly access you, when they don't want to pay phone fees. So they write you a little message on Facebook and whatever. And if you're concerned about somebody and you want to know about their lives, you open their Facebook page, and there you go, there's all their fucking lives on Facebook. And I understand that, and but here's the thing. Even though I know people say, well, there's a price to pay for technology. There shouldn't be a price to pay for technology. Just because you found an easier way to do something doesn't mean there has to be all these detriments to it. And, it's the facing, same with Facebook. And, it's one of those things where, people make these, who the people out there make these excuses about, well, you have to pay a price for being more technological connected. Those are the people on top, the people in power, because of course, if they were as connected, or at least through these things as as we folks on the bottom, and they were getting exploited, they wouldn't put up with it. I mean, if the president, and I'm pretty sure I probably will check too on Facebook, but I'm pretty sure that the president and the White House has a fucking Facebook page. I'm pretty sure. Who fucking doesn't these days? But if the president's computer was doing what was to be fucking attacked with pop up ads trying to sell the president shit, he'd fucking lose it. That would be the end of Facebook. Like I said, or any of the politicians or any other people on top, they'd fucking lose it. It's and that's the problem with Facebook, is that it's, yeah, it gets the okay because the people are not being affected are the people on top. I'm pretty sure the shareholders of or the soon to be shareholders, once Facebook goes public, Facebook will certainly want, they'll even want more invasions so they can, so they can sell the, more information and make more money off of people. It's kind of like, it's kind of like this whole thing of just predatory capitalism. And that's what it all comes down to. It all comes down to predatory capitalism. How can we exploit people more? How can we take their money even more, even though the money is being worth less and less as time goes on? How can we exploit people even more? And that's one way. And as technology gets further advanced, people get more and more exploited. And there's bigger ways to exploit people. And I know it's kind of ironic because I'm saying this on a service like YouTube, which is not fast at being, uh, uh, not exploitative of people, because, like 5 years ago, well, not 5 years, but let's just go down, let's just go a little less. 3 years ago, you didn't see as many fucking messages before every video and the ads cutting into, preempting the videos as you did on Facebook, if at all. I mean, it's just, yeah, on YouTube, if at all. Um, but, it's one of those things where, that stuff like Facebook and YouTube and all these other, social media sites, uh, you know, uh, the only way that they'll be fighting for against things, it'll be against things that will make it less likely that they'll make money, like the whole thing with Google, YouTube, artists, and recording artists and actors and and a bunch of other people who recently who went against Sopa and Piva. That's the only way you'll see them fight. But if it's something, it's always down to, and I'm gonna end the video with this. It always comes down to it always comes down to the money. You know, if you threaten my ability to make money, I'm going to fight against it with all the power that I have. Whether that's good or that's bad, doesn't matter. The fact that Google uh, and other companies fought SOPA was not because of the interest of freedom of people. It was because of the best interest. Because if they would have, if they would have lost and SOPA would have passed, not that it matters anyways, i.e., mega upload. If it would have passed, it would have been even worse because it would have given them a justifiable reason. And then on kind of segueing again from the whole Facebook thing, but it's just it all it's all a big stinking mold or melt or whatever you want to call it of things altogether. But as far as Facebook is concerned, I mean, yeah, maybe it's just talk out of people. But if you look at the Yahoo page of the news, that Facebook news, it's called Three Ways Facebook Plans to Exploit Users. I mean, there's a lot of people that it's a lot of people that um, said that we're going to delete the Facebook account. You know, I don't know how many of these people mean it. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But the second I start getting fucking ads, I don't care. I don't care if I'm less connected. The second I start getting exploited, I mean, like, I don't give a shit about the fucking ads that pop up on the side. But the second I start getting in my face, where they start, like the old pop-ups of the early 2000s, late 90s, that's when I'm gonna that's when I'm gonna delete my Facebook account because I'm not gonna put up with that shit anymore. It's bad enough. It was bad enough the shit that happened earlier on the internet when the internet were massive. You know, it's bad enough all the exploitation that was going on, but it's even worse now. So, all right, so guys, take care. And those were my 2 cents. Right, man, out.